talk about the sheer agony of surviving that excruciating rerun week. The network really left us hanging from June 29 to July 3, didn't they? But let me tell you, the wait was entirely worth it because the fallout we are witnessing in the week of July 6 is nothing short of spectacular. We are looking at a storyline that is about to fundamentally shift the power dynamics in Fairmont Crest, and at the dead center of this impending explosion is none other than Bill Hamilton. Let's be real for a second. Bill has been walking on thin ice for months. Between his illicit, panic-induced elevator hookup with his ex-wife Danny Dupree during the tornado, the total destruction of his mansion, and the fact that his current wife, Hayley, is literally poisoning him to death, the man is a walking disaster. But just when you think Bill has hit rock bottom, the writers throw a massive wrecking ball into his professional life. Enter Mike Davis. You guys, when Mike struts into Bill's office, the sheer arrogance radiating off this man is palpable. This isn't just a lawyer walking into a room to discuss a case. This is a predator circling wounded prey. Mike is completely dominating the psychological game right now, and he knows he holds the upper hand. He swaggers into that office with the kind of untouchable confidence that used to be Bill's trademark. It is an absolute masterclass in psychological warfare. Mike wants Bill to feel small. He wants the great Bill Hamilton, the legal titan of Fairmont Crest, to realize that his reign is officially over. And honestly, I am here for it. Bill's ego has been out of control for years, and watching his former protege come back to completely dismantle him is soap opera poetry. But here is where the scene goes from great to absolute perfection. Hayley stands right by Bill's side, playing the role of the fiercely loyal, devoted wife to the absolute hilt. She looks Mike dead in the eye and tells the sleazy lawyer that he is completely crazy if he actually believes he is going to win this case. Wow. Just wow. The sheer audacity of Hayley Hamilton is something that needs to be studied in a psychology class. I absolutely love to hate this woman. She is standing there passionately defending the very man she is actively murdering with her special juice serum. She is playing the dutiful spouse, projecting a united front, all while secretly plotting to collect his $10 million life insurance policy. Her performance is flawless, and it just proves how dangerously sociopathic Hayley truly is. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't waver. She looks like a woman ready to go to war for her husband, which makes her ultimate betrayal so much more delicious. The tension in that office eventually forces everyone to the negotiation table, and what a table it is. We have Bill, Mike, Naomi Hawthorne, and Dr. Madison Montgomery all sitting down to hash this out. Now, this dynamic is incredibly fascinating. You have Naomi sitting there, trying to defend her father's legal empire, all while she is drowning in her own massive lies about her BRCA gene test results. The hypocrisy in that room is suffocating. Everyone is hiding a monumental secret. And then there's Dr. Madison Montgomery. Her presence at this negotiation table adds such a brilliant layer of complexity. Is she there as a medical expert witness? Is this lawsuit tied to some medical malpractice or the fallout from the plasma ring? Whatever her exact role is, Madison being dragged into the Hamilton legal mud is going to cause severe ripples, especially with Chelsea already worrying about Madison sacrificing her career. During this tense negotiation, does Mike Davis agree to Bill's terms? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me right now? Mike flat out rejects any idea of settling this case before it goes to court. He shuts it down completely. Mike doesn't just want to pay out. He wants a public execution. He wants to drag Bill Hamilton through the mud in front of a judge, the media, and the entire town of Fairmont Crest. He wants to look his former boss in the eye in a crowded courtroom and strip him of his dignity, his license, and his legacy. Mike's thirst for revenge is blinding, and he makes it crystal clear that no amount of settlement money is going to buy Bill's way out of this nightmare. The negotiation completely falls apart, setting the stage for an epic courtroom showdown. But wait, because the plot twist we get next is what truly makes this the craziest storyline of the summer. After this disastrous negotiation meeting concludes, the scene shifts to a dark, secluded corner of the country club. The lighting is moody, the atmosphere is thick with conspiracy, And who do we see slipping into the shadows? Hayley Hamilton and Mike Davis. You heard me right. Hayley secretly reaches out to the very man trying to destroy her husband. When I saw this, I literally screamed at my screen. This is the kind of backstabbing, treacherous soap opera gold that we live for. Hayley is a lot of things, but she is not stupid. During that office confrontation, she was reading Mike like a book. She looked past his arrogant swagger and saw the deep-seated, burning desire for revenge. She realized in that moment that Mike wants to annihilate Bill and Naomi far more than he just wants a financial victory. He wants them broken. And Hayley, being the opportunistic Black Widow that she is, sees a golden opportunity to accelerate her own sinister agenda. Let's break down Hayley's motivation here, because it is brilliantly twisted. Hayley's original plan was to slowly poison Bill, let him die of a mysterious illness, and walk away a very wealthy widow. But things are getting incredibly complicated for her. Bill's hand tremors are getting worse, and people are starting to notice. Joey Armstrong, of all people, has already picked up on the fact that something is physically wrong with Bill. Hayley knows that the walls are closing in. If a doctor runs the right toxicology panel, or if Joey decides to dig deeper, her entire murder plot goes up in smoke and she ends up in a prison cell for the rest of her life. She needs Bill's empire to crumble, and she needs it to happen right now. She cannot wait for the poison to finish the job on its own schedule. So, what does our favorite villainess do? She looks Mike Davis in the eye and offers him the ultimate holy grail. Hayley proposes to provide Mike with highly confidential, privileged documents stolen directly from Bill's personal safe. She is offering to hand over the exact ammunition Mike needs to guarantee a total, flawless victory in court. In exchange, she demands a hefty cut of the settlement money that Mike will inevitably win. She is playing both sides of the chessboard with terrifying precision. She gets to ensure Bill is completely ruined, securing her financial safety net through Mike's payout, all while keeping her hands clean of the legal fallout. And Mike? Oh, Mike is a greedy, vindictive shark. He doesn't even hesitate. He doesn't question the morality of it, and he certainly doesn't care about the ethics of using stolen documents from a rival's wife. He eagerly agrees to shake hands with the devil. He allies himself with his rival's supposedly loyal wife, sealing an unholy pact that is going to shake Fairmont Crest to its core. This double betrayal puts Bill Hamilton in a deadly, inescapable pincer move. I actually almost feel sorry for the guy. Almost. Think about it from Bill's perspective. He is fighting a war on two fronts, and he doesn't even realize the second front exists. On the outside, he is battling a ruthless, aggressive enemy lawyer who knows all his tricks. On the inside, he is sharing a bed with a woman who is not only actively shutting down his organs with poison, but is now systematically dismantling his legal defense while he sleeps. It is a death trap. Bill thinks his biggest problem is Mike Davis, completely oblivious to the fact that his own wife is the one handing Mike the bullets. I have so many theories on how this is going to blow up. First of all, Naomi is a sharp lawyer. She is currently distracted by her own BRCA gene lies and her marital issues with Jacob. But if she catches even a whiff that confidential documents are leaking from her father's safe, she is going to go on the warpath. Naomi hates Hayley. She has always suspected that Hayley is a gold-digging user. If Naomi figures out that Hayley is the mole, the Hamilton family war is going to go nuclear. Secondly, what happens if Bill's health completely collapses before the trial even begins? Imagine Mike Davis standing in court, ready to deliver the final blow with his stolen documents, only for Bill to suffer a massive, poison-induced heart attack at the defense table. Hayley would have to scramble to cover her tracks while demanding her cut from Mike. And, Mike would absolutely try to double-cross her and keep all the money for himself once Bill is out of the picture. There is no honor among thieves, and there is certainly no honor between Mike Davis and Hayley Hamilton. And let's not forget about Joey Armstrong. Joey is the wild card in this entire scenario. He already knows something is wrong with Bill, and he has his henchman Randy Parker deeply embedded in the town's underbelly. Randy is Hayley's cousin and co-conspirator. If Joey pressures Randy, or if Randy gets greedy and decides to blackmail Hayley over this new deal with Mike, the entire house of cards comes crashing down. This storyline is giving us everything we want. High-stakes legal drama, attempted murder, secret alliances, and the kind of jaw-dropping betrayals that define the legacy of Beyond the Gates. Bill Hamilton is walking blindly toward the edge of a cliff, and Hayley is standing right behind him, ready to give him the final push. I cannot wait to see how this trial unfolds and whether Bill will realize the monster he married before it is too late. The impending doom is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Stay tuned, because this summer in Fairmont Crest is going to be a bloodbath.